Alright guys, in this week's episode we're going to be giving away another weapon pack. All you have to do to have a chance to win this is make sure you guys comment down below, leave a like on this video, and make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel. I'll be giving this away in next week's episode. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Building the Battle of Somme in LEGO. Guys, we are on the home stretch. We got most of the mock done. Now it's the finishing details. What we're going to be working on, especially in this week's episode, is we're going to be working on around this bunker. This is just a temporary bunker that I sat there, and we're gonna finish up the detailing around the hill, and then we're gonna probably start like laying the foundation for the bunker itself, and then we're gonna try to work on finishing up the border as much as we can. Then we can kind of gauge what parts I need to order. I do have plenty of 1x8 plates, and I believe I have plenty of 1x8 tiles, but we might need some like 1x2s and whatnot to fill in some of these spots. But that's all something we can order for next week's episode. But we gotta figure out what we need to order. So that's what we're gonna be working on in this week. And first up, we're gonna have to start working on the detailing here. And like I said in last week's episode, I'm completely out of 1x2's plates in reddish brown. So went ahead and ordered some. Let's go see if the order has been delivered or not.
All right, let's go get it.
Alright, so we got our BrickLink order in. So this is all the parts that should help us finish off the mock. I think I ordered a couple other BrickLink orders, but this was the main one that we're waiting for, at least to get what's done in this week's episode. So let's start off. Let's see, this invoice should tell me how many parts we have so I can give you guys some more exact numbers. But the main reason I bought this order or went to this BrickLink store is because of these 1x2s. So we've got, let's see, 507 of these. So I basically bought the store out, and they're brand new, and I got all of those. So 500 of those. Put those back there. And then we also have some in sand green. Now I also bought some parts just for like other mocks just while I was at the store. So I got 200 of these in sand green. I want to try to use more sand green in mini mocks and whatnot. And then we've got, let's see, olive green. We have 50 olive green, so those will be used in other mini mocks as well. So this is kind of a generic unboxing video, you know, not only for this mock, but for some other future mocks. Then it looks like we got the same amount of those in dark green. We've got some in dark bluish gray. We have, let's see, how many are these? We've got dark bluish gray. We got 30. We've got some 1x1s in reddish brown. We got 50 of those. Those will be for this mock. Then we've got some tiles in reddish brown. We got 20 of those. We also have 20 in dark bluish gray. Then we've got, let's see, 1x1s. We got 30 in dark bluish gray. Then we got some 1x2 tiles in dark bluish gray, and we got 20 of those. So like I said, the main reason we went to the store is for these parts here, because I have a lot of the other parts, but we ran out of those completely. Then I'm also running low on these. These are great for little details and whatnot. And then I also ordered, you know, parts like these. I'm trying to use some more tiles just to have a variety of not only studs showing, but kind of smooth surfaces. So, you know, basically all of these parts here are going to be used in the Battle of Somme, and then these parts I bought just because I wanted to expand my collection in these different greens, and these will be used in upcoming mini mocks and potentially a Vietnam mock. So I'm just throwing that out there, guys. So like I said, this is what we went to the store for, so let's go start putting these to use on the mock itself. Okay, so we're back. We got the parts, and we got all the detailing parts. So we're going to probably remove the German figures in the bunker off this mock, and we're going to start cracking open all these bags of parts, and we're just going to start continuing this detail here all up along the mock. So we're just going to pop these guys off real quick. Those were just kind of for show. Remove that bunker. So now we're basically going to make this translate all the way up to here using these parts and then the other parts that I got in that BrickLink order. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So just something I wanted to show you guys. So I poured out all the detailing pieces that I got in those BrickLink orders. So we got the 1x1s in reddish brown and in dark bluish gray. We also have some 1x2s in dark bluish gray. And then in the bottom here, we have a bunch of 1x1s in dark tan. Those I already had in this bin, but basically I dumped out all the plates in here, and then I put all the tiles in here. So they're separated, you know, enough where I can sort through these and sift through these and just grab what I want. And I'm not using up like 10 containers, I'm only using 2. And then I also did the same with, I was able to fit that whole bag of 1x2s in here just barely. It's kind of overflowing, but we're going to be going through those pretty quickly. So this should be enough, but and we should have some extras, which should be good, but I just want to show you guys how I kind of sort some of those parts every now and then. So you can definitely see that I'm adding the detail. It almost looks like it's all one, you know, elevation because it's blending in so well, but you can actually see that there is a decent elevation change. So I'm definitely happy with it so far. I still got to do some more blending over here, and then obviously the top's not done. But I stopped where I'm at because I was thinking we might want to leave that blank for the bunker that goes up here, but I'm not too sure how I want to do that just yet. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish blending off like where it's actually doing the elevation change here, leave the top where it's at now, and then maybe start playing with, I have these bunker pieces, and then I have a bunch from the Battle of D-Day, and we're going to start kind of laying out how big we want the bunker, what shape we want it to be, and that'll be able to help us gauge how much we should actually be detailing. Because, for example, like I think I'm already going to have to rip up some of this because you're not even going to see it. So I'm going to finish detailing like right in here. It's kind of bland, so I need to work on that, and then we can start working on the bunker itself. But we're definitely going to have plenty of the 1x2, so I overbought those, but I'd rather have more than enough. So another thing I might be working on is working on the border. So I'm going to probably look for some black plates, and then I'm going to dig out the parts from the Battle of D-Day so I can start working on the bunker. One thing I did want to mention to you guys is I got a bunch of these 1x2 plates, and I started detailing up here, but I realized that, you know, you only use one particular part, and it kind of makes a pattern because you can only do so much with one part. So I've been trying to incorporate some of these 1x3s up here. You can see I've been placing those. I'll kind of place these randomly, and then I'll work around them using the 1x2s. That just makes it a little bit more random, and it just allows the terrain to flow a little bit differently versus, you know, like I said, you can only do so much as far as how you lay out 1x2s in kind of a linear fashion. So I'm just trying to play around with using some of these 1x3s mixed in as much as I can every now and then just to mix it up. Alright guys, we're going to be picking the winner from episode 8 of the Battle of the Somme. So let's do this. 1, 2, and 3. Boom, Mar and Gamer GD. Looks good. Guess what? You are the winner from last week's episode. I believe that was a weapons pack we gave away. I'll have to double check, but all you have to do is send an email through my website with a screenshot of you logged into your YouTube channel. That way I can verify that it is indeed you. Then also give your name, address, all that good stuff, and we can work things out over email. Alright guys, let's finish up the video right now. Okay guys, so I wasn't able to find the actual bunker parts from the D-Day mock. I started looking through all the bins, and I basically just found a bunch of parts to them. You know, just a bunch of light bluish gray parts. But I thought I had sorted them into separate bin. I'm going to continue to look, but if not, we're just going to start working with what we have. We also have, like I showed earlier, we have these macaroni bricks, so I'm thinking we're going to start to use those. But what I did find was, let's see, I found these bins here. Now what's in these is we've got some detailing parts. So we've got some of the clear studs with the white stud on the bottom we can use for machine gun fire. Then we also I found some more of these flame pieces. And then in here we have a bunch of stuff. We have a bunch of the chain pieces, and then we have a bunch of the, let's see, the 1x1s, let's see, brick rounds that we can use for the barbed wire that you see on the mock right now. So I added the barbed wire. We have 4 pieces up there, 3 back here. This is subject to change, but I like the layout. We might even put a couple more randomly placed out here because, like I said, this is World War I. There's a lot of barbed wire. That was like one of the main things that pretty much everybody used for their fortifying their trenches. So we're going to be using a lot of that. This is just kind of a placeholder, but I definitely want to add more things to make the mock you know, not just be like a landscape. I want it to pop out, add some 3D depth to it. So this is going to be the start of that. And then of course, once we start adding stuff like flames and whatnot, if we decide to, it'll make that look a lot better. But I think we're going to end the video here as far as working on it. We'll probably be working on the bunker next week's episode. That'll be the main focus. But we're going to wrap things up here. So I appreciate everybody tuning in to this week's episode 9, I believe it is, of the Battle of Somme. Make sure you guys check out last week's video. I'll put a link to that right here. Subscribe so you don't miss another video right here. I'll put another video up here if you guys want to check that out. But I appreciate it, guys. Let me know what you think of the mock so far. I think it's turning out pretty darn good. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.